developing the recipe and until it was right. And we now have this cheese that is really awesome. I'll just pass the board around. So,
are you the only ones to age and
yes.
sell Gabby?
Yes. Actually, for the Gabby to become the stage, yes, we're the only ones. And the wheel you're tasting now is pretty young, so still have some acidity and a firm texture, but it really shows like how older the cheese can get.
It's
like
mild,
those
not too sweet.
cheeses are amazing when they're about like 5 to 6, which would be another 2 to 3 months to this guy. And these are actually the wheels that you will get in September for the promotion. But the flavor profile is really interesting because the cheese is still like really fresh and like a little grassy. And what I really love about it is that I've never had a bad wheel of Gabby. Like it's always constant.
It's
like
consistent,
the texture is
yeah.
great. Like you still have a really nice and creamy consistency to it. And the flavor will get nuttier, but like never like spicy or ammoniated. It's always really well balanced. And it's a nice one. And we get it, and so we have, over in France, we have 4 different flames, and each of them have different temperature and atmosphere, you know, and different airflow according to the cheeses we have. But these are kept in the cave where we have the bigger ones, like the Beaufort, the Comté, the Abondance, and those guys. And every week they are just being slightly brushed, with a little, like a damp clothes or a damp brush, and that does it. And like flipped, obviously, and then they do really well. It's like beautiful and easy cheese. And the producer is awesome. There's actually really proud of this cheese that Gabrielle here. This
This is the only cheese you're making.
is the make cheese with it when it's like touristy season, and the rest of it they sell it to Gabrielle.
So they were not using cheese.
What do you think about it?
Did you mention that this is the same batch that's going to end up
Yes.
on counters in September? It already tastes great.
It's like on the way up.
Yeah. Keeps going.
When people would come to the counter and they were new to cheese and they would say, I want something like really special and I wanted to make sure that they like it.
Enjoyed it
Gabby
too.
cheese.
Gabby
Yeah.
is already
So
It's our biggest seller in the US. Like people love it when they taste it.
Yeah, just get it in their mouth. That's all you
Is that the one that's most expensive?
Yeah, it's 32 and a
gateway
half.
cheese, yeah.
How
The
much is
Beaufort.
this cheese retailing for?
$32.99 a pound.
$32.99 a pound.
It's like $10 more expensive.
What's the milk?
Third sheep, 2/3 cow.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's still like, I think 28, 27 right now, something like that. Promo's very relative.
I did a blowout one year. Like,
What's the scale of the production?
Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
I'm sorry. What's the scale of the production?
I think it's like per year, like 50 pounds.
100,000 pounds of cheese left there.
How much of that goes to the U.S.?
I would say like from what you guys, 70.
70%?
That's great. Do you have questions about it? It's good. Thanks. Next one I wanted to try, I'm gonna try it. It's the guy cake. This one
Beaufort
is
style.
called
Very
Burger
nice.
Samba. So it's actually like the same size as Beaufort. It's an Alpine style cheese from the Alps, right at the border, like south of Switzerland. So that's where this cheese is made. And it's made in the same like tradition as Beaufort. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's like a alpine, like raw cow's milk cheese. But and the Beaufort is protected by an AOC, which is a label that basically protects the tradition and the cheeses. So it protects the area where the cheese is made, and it like gives like rules on how to make the cheese. So like the cheese will not be copied, like, or will not be made by anybody else in the world. And this one, so this Meule de Savoie is, the milk is actually collected from outside of the AOC area, so they can't pull it before, but it also allows us to buy the cheeses when they're younger. And we age those cheeses in, but it's raw cow's milk, and it's just a beautiful cheese.
On est que base.
C'est que le Meule de Savoie, en fait, ce qui est particulier chez ce producteur-là, c'est que ces vaches sont justement en élevage sur les mêmes zones que le Beaufort par rapport à l'histoire comme ça. C'est ça qui est intéressant. C'est pour ça qu'on bénéficie d'une qualité. Il y a une ferme, c'est vrai que tu as raison, il y a une ferme qui n'est pas comme une ferme qui. Enfin bref, on est vraiment sur des montagnes aussi.
But so what's really also important for the quality of the milk of this cheese is that the cows are all in mountain area. Actually, the producer, the cheesemaker is collected from two farms. One is in the Beaufort area and one is outside of the area. But the cows are grazing up high in the mountain, like in the Alpine in the summer when the grass is really rich and like full of like flowers and like high quality grass, which like gives good quality.
So they're called Beaufort cows.
C'est le Tarouen.
Right?
Yeah, the Tarentaise. Actually, Tarentaise is the name.
Et là, en plus, ce qui est très intéressant, c'est que le Savoie, c'est la mesure. Il a fait la qualité.
Another thing that's really interesting about this cheese, like for the cheesemaker, the rennet, the cheesemaker makes the rennet with the cayenne. Like
We have,
Exactly, ça me fait exactly.
they make it on the farm, so it's like almost nobody makes that.
they're killing like a male, like veal calf and cutting out its animals, so they dry it.
Yeah.
And then it's
Salted.
Yeah.
And soak the salted bell in water.
Yeah, where are we at? Wait, which way?
The albumin, they boil the whey to get the protein out of it. They like make ricotta and then they soak. And starter culture? No starter culture. Right, so no starter culture. It's kind of amazing.
Non, c'est vraiment la même technique.
The lactic cultures are in the calf bell.
Is there any way of measuring the strength of that? Just by practice?
Part is going to be on the northern part of this half, and so just north of Lyon, and it's also a famous wine region. They have a lot of vineyards over there. Only one producer making this cheese. Really, really nice people, and really passionate about their cheese. They buy milk from farmers around. They make a goat version and a cow version. This one is the cow's milk version. And I remember the first year we did the promotion with Whole Foods, so we'll have this cheese in November again. I went there to take pictures and ask about different like details about the cheese making, so I could do a little recap to send for the stores. They just didn't want to tell me anything. They were like very protective, and they're like, we don't want you to steal our recipe. But they're really sweet people. We've been working with them for a very long time. And they just make this cheese, the goat one, and also some fresh cheeses that are actually very delicious. And they just focus on it. It's two uncles and two sons working together, so very friendly. They have a real shop where they also sell their cheeses. But they really focus on that. And what is going to be different in this one, like compared to other cheeses, it's going to be interesting to taste it with the milk. Because this is, as you can see, it's like really dense, and also on the creamier side. It's like super soft and creamy, and it doesn't develop that much glue because we have this like really like a strong density in the cheese. But go ahead.
So is it common for a farmer to make their own cheese? Or is that not so common in France?
For a farmer? Well,
To develop their own product that's not part of AOC?
It's very common, and